When we look at the world of career, you start, of course, at the entry level when you just come out of an institution, whether you have graduated with a diploma, a certificate, or a degree, and you start your career life then. Because a career life, we talk about jobs that you do so that you are able to have a means of livelihood, a salary, a wage, and the material benefits for the comfort of life. So this individual has been educated all their lives, being told that you need to work hard. Education is a key to your future and to life. And of course, the key is a job, that the first job that you make. A job and a career is different. You know, jobs make the career. Career is a journey. A job is where you dock to express that career journey, your career journey. So when you leave the world of schooling and education, and now you enter the world of the job market, so that you can then enter the world of work. There's a certain way that, of course, you need to communicate yourself. Every single time, I like to say, every single time you come into contact with an individual, you are selling yourself. And the critical thing that you are selling should be your knowledge, your skill, and your personality, and who you are as an individual. That is even your attitude towards life and dispositions towards life. So for these young people, the one critical thing is that sometimes you may tend to think that the knowledge that is depicted within a certificate or a degree certificate is enough for you to access a job. But of course, we know that knowledge by itself is not enough. It needs to be, you need to prove that you are able to apply that knowledge, and through that knowledge, you are able to be productive or to produce something or to create value with that knowledge. So the skill you have in understanding that knowledge and applying it is very important. Then your own personal attributes and individuality and your uniqueness that you bring, that should be able to bring the ability to interact with people, to understand your environment. You are self-aware, you are socially aware, you are able to collaborate, you are able to effectively understand other people, you are able to be understood and to communicate is very, very, very important. So collectively, this bag of knowledge, skills, and attitudes and personal attributes is a bag of competency or capability about who you are that you are selling to this employer. So that then you are attractive, and in terms of, are you fit for the role? When the role that is being advertised for, and the skills and the capabilities and the knowledge you are bringing, including your personal attributes, come together, do they match? And therefore you are fit for a role and you get hired for it. I know we have a lot of unemployment, so we cannot treat it just as superficially and say we have a market that whereby the jobs are few and the graduates coming out of universities are a lot. Therefore the competition is high. If the playing field was equal, then the best candidate should get the job. But sometimes people are not able to position themselves to know that those jobs are available. So it is good for somebody to know that apart from looking at the adverts in the newspaper, very few jobs are advertised in the newspapers. Most of these jobs are there within the networks. Startups and SMEs are the biggest employers. Many people think the only employment available is maybe the government because the largest employer or large organizations. But SME and startups are employing people. They are looking for good, capable, effective individuals who bring their personal effectiveness to work. That is very important, because you can have all these qualifications, but you're not an effective individual, because you're not a very good self-manager, you're not a very good self-leader, and therefore you're not an effective individual. But startups are looking for this kind of individual. So networkings among youth themselves, and what I call responsible networking, like joining communities of practices, joining professional communities, and also other community-based that actually do good, whether it is Rotary clubs, whether it is professional clubs of accountants or HR, whether it is community service projects. There are so many other things like Global Shapers. There are so many youth-based professional communities that bring together youth of similar interest, whether it is academic interest, work interest, or social good interest. That's what I call really good responsible networking, apart from just the normal social meetups. Social media and social platforms offer a very great advantage. They are free and they are easily accessible. And now almost everybody has a mobile phone. Our youths have mobile phones. So the way you position yourself in the social media, as we said, every space you enter, whether it is a social media space or a physical space, you are continuously selling and bringing and communicating who you are in that space. ways. And that self-awareness is very important, because you will never get a second chance to make a better first impression. So the first impression you make is very, very important. And people form first impressions very quickly, because that within the first 3 seconds of meeting you, people have formed an impression about you. So the most important thing is, say, how am I communicating myself? Both how I look physically, how I speak, and the things I talk about, and the way I present myself, even in terms of my body language. So when you look at a youth on the social media, first of all, you need to come across, of course, as a youth and as a professional also, because you are educated. Let's see that you're an educated person. By the way, even the way you put your profile, your short elevator speech, or the 2 sentences that define you, tell us a lot about who you are. The picture that you put there, you are looking for a job, but you put a picture where you're looking very shabby, or probably, no offense, but you're holding a cigarette or a drink, and you're putting that on LinkedIn as your professional photo. Really, that will not work. Yes, be a balanced person. You're a holistic person. You have work life, you have got home life, you have a social life, but within the norms of human dignity, human respect, and decorum, and good manners. All of us know what is good manners, what is good courtesy and respect and regard for others, even the way you communicate and the way you position yourself. And employers do look into these social media platforms, whether it's your Facebook, whether it is your Instagram, whether it is your, of course, LinkedIn is a professional, whatever, platform, which people should actually seriously take advantage of and communicate authentically who you are. You cannot say you have got a certain degree when you don't have it. It's a self-regulating environment. Somebody will call you out for it. You cannot say you worked in a certain place and you never worked there. Be as honest as possible, but also be as clear in terms of communicating your capability. The other challenge we have is that people also under-communicate their value. You could be very qualified in so many other areas. And of course, you have also acquired skills through hobbies and interactions. You've been a member of a community group where you have been contributing, even as a treasurer, as an organizer, as a coordinator, but you fail to communicate that. That's a skill. Every skill you bring to the table matters, and you can leverage every skill that you acquired along your journey. So do not also under-communicate your value at all. And then also look at a way of sharpening the language that you use. Somebody can say, I'm good with people. Yes, you can say you're good people, but you can talk about your great interpersonal skills, your ability to build cohesive teams, and your achievements, whether it is driving revenues, whether it is sales, whether it is creating a team from the ground up, whether it is settling very quickly in new environment. I'm very adaptive, I'm very agile. So words that actually communicate very clearly the capabilities that you're bringing are good to use.